in this video, I want to focus on blame. When we pass the blame to others for how life is today, and I cannot be successful because I cannot create, because so and so did this to me, because of the way I grew up, because of the way my mother treated me, because of the way my father did X, Y, and Z to me, because the neighbor did X, Y, and Z, because the professor said that I was stupid, because whoever, your siblings, whoever it may be. I want you to consider that every time that we pass the blame, that we feel like somebody else is responsible for how our life is today. Listen, I know a lot of things are not your fault. I know a lot of things that have happened to your life, happened to you, and created wounded parts of you that are deeply in pain. I get it. I've been there. I know that. But for coaching purposes, which is different than the healing purpose, when we do a coaching session, we focus on the future, the now and the future. When we do healing, we focus on the past so that we can heal the wounds and really focus on the present moving forward. But for this conversation, I want to talk to you from a coaching perspective, a transpersonal coaching perspective of what happens every single time that you pass the blame to someone for how your life is today. So every time that we do that, every time that we're passing the blame to someone for how our life is today, for our success, for how we feel, for the relationships that we wish we had but we don't have, the things that we want but we cannot have, the things that we want to create, the business, the position, the promotion, the money, the house, the car, whatever it may be, we are essentially giving our power every single time that you declare, I cannot, or that you unconsciously, subconsciously think, I cannot have X, Y, and Z because this happened to me, because my mother did this, because my father did this. So when you pass that power to that person, the inner self, your wiser being, cannot help you snap out of it because you keep passing power to that person, to the thing that you probably hate the most, the things that the person that you despise, perhaps the person that even though you might love them, there is so much resentment, you keep passing the power to that person. So for the purpose of this conversation, I want you to consider, listen, this is not about healing today, this is about coaching. Starting today, what is it that you're going to do to start putting back the responsibility, taking back that courage, that strength that you have been given? Because every time that you blame someone, you pass power, which is strength, inner strength, and courage. You're giving all of that to the person that hurt you, the person that created the things in your mind that you don't want. So when you start taking responsibility for how your life is today, moving forward from today, what are the things that you can stop putting the blame on other people so that you can be responsible for how your life is and how you want your life to be from now on? What are the things that you're going to do to take responsibility for how your life is and how you want your life to be starting today? So obviously, if we are in a healing session, we're focusing on the past and healing those wounds so that you can really bring in and do a lot of soul retrieval and bring in the energies that you lost. But if you don't have money for that, you can still do this work on your own. Just really start thinking, who do I always blame? Who do I have resentments towards? Is there any emotional charge still there when I think about that person and the situations and the things that they did to me? And if it is so, are you able to take responsibility for, whatever happened, but starting today, If you stop blaming that person, what will you do differently? Because you now know that you can be responsible for your life. So if we're doing healing work, we will go back in time. We will go into the specifics of what happened in that moment. What were the things that you concluded in that moment, the things that you felt in that moment, and everything else that we need to do in order for you to not be trapped in that loop. Now, with coaching, we are focusing on the present from here on. So, yes, everything that happened to you is very valid. And everything that happened to you, created a lot of pain and suffering. That was 5, 10, 20 years ago, maybe yesterday, but today, starting today, if you stop the blame, stop it right there, and consider what is your responsibility for how you want life to be, starting today and moving forward. So that's what I'm asking you to do. It's not about the past, right here, right now. When I blame mom because she didn't treat me well, and therefore I don't really like hanging out with people. I don't trust women. I don't want to be around men, or I don't trust men. I think they're going to hurt me. But starting today, what is it that you can do if you want a successful life, if you want a happy relationship, and you still have beliefs unconsciously, subconsciously, that men are evil, that they're going to hurt you? It's going to be very hard for you to attract someone that you want in your life, right? The person that you want in your life. So starting today, what can you do to start changing the way that you see men? What meditations you could do at home? What inner reflection can you do? Focus on that starting today, moving forward. Obviously, if you have the time, money, and resources, you need to go into a healing session, into a healing program, so you could do deeper work. But even with something so small, like realizing that every time you blame someone, you're giving your power away, that should make you really angry. Because even though, yes, they hurt you, you unconsciously have given so much power to people that you don't even like, perhaps. People that hurt you, people that you despise. So that should make you angry, so that you can start acting today. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.